Welcome everyone to amazing open source update. To my surprise, we just checked it the other day. RR, this efficient record and replay framework, is a lightweight tool for recording, replaying, debugging, execution of applications. And with this specifically, of course, the debugger, there's GDB and LLDB and other variants, but debugging extends GDB with very efficient reverse execution, of course, totally amazing. What that means is a novel, lightweight and performant approach, because usually you can only forward step, right? Step 4, actually, I can show you that, right? If you have a debugger, GDB, with some application, it's whatever, bin ls, and like if you run this, if you break main, right, this is not, why does this not, should this not work? Not defined, how is, so this funny, maybe let's force GDB because we're not. Anyway, the point is usually you historically can only forward execute, right, like a CPU would work, like a clock for clock, instruction step for instruction. And with this, I found this some years ago. It's relatively newish. They're out of Mozilla org. And yeah, debugging extends GDB with very efficient reverse execution. Combination with standard GDB, x86 and ARM features like hardware, data, watch points, makes debugging much more fun, reliable, useful. Like also, like usually you step, or you have a breakpoint and stuff, and then you would want to see where it's coming from, right? I've not yet used it extensively, but obviously it is so amazing that I want to use it more. Some caveats, of course, currently it only supports x86 and ARM 64, so no PowerPC and UltraSpark or similar RISC-V goodness for now. And the other thing is, for Ryzen, it was previously not the most reliable and supported. It is only experimental support for this popular and epic thread wrapping Ryzen based CPUs, merged there this September 18th, 2020. However, I believe you need to disable some SSB mitigation for this to capture this reliable. So you can also tweak some MSRs with GDB or some kernel module for like, yeah, modern recurring theme, modern, embarrassingly out of order and speculative executing things. By the way, does this work? No, this also doesn't work. Whatever. Good, doesn't matter the most, but okay, let's show you this for real. This should work with our hello world example. Then GDB maybe, it should have this main symbol, not really sure what's up with that then. Break on main, this of course works. Run that, break here, or like either list this, the symbols loaded. Okay, fine, whatever. We also can do assembler, right? So stepping here, whatever. I don't use it daily. Also need to remember this fine details here. There's our hello world. Stepping this right, and what this efficient framework allows is to capture traces and reverse execute. Like think you have complex code, like our more main channel yesterday's Sen Spectre V2, like Covfefe speculation, mis-speculation marginality that we uncovered. My hope is, like, if we are super lucky, maybe we can capture enough. The question is, does this bug not disappear with more capturing? And then can it help if we capture those traces? Like if we can represent, like basically trying to throw every advanced tool we have on the problem to hopefully further narrow that down. So it just built this here in parallel. We can also update the cache file here, now that we have more modern cache files, the cp var adm cache rr for our cache dependencies and build time. How much does this bash libgcc usually remove that? So not the most changes, but significantly build time, which now we recalibrated to bin utils without all targets. So glibc, usually not sure if it really used that, but maybe it did. Let's double check that. debug rr, maybe it did so. glibc. It really apparently did this somehow link. Did it really link some? Maybe it built some 32 helper stuff. I have no idea what it did there. Apparently it did something. Okay, we can double check that, but we don't need it in the cache anyway for reasons. So that looks better, right? 570. Hopefully that is the right version for having the last most efficient open source reverse execution framework here in your favorite T2 Linux distribution. It probably should be fine. Did I finish this build, by the way? Oh, this just failed, didn't it? Oh wait, it built? Whatever, I was probably looking at there. So there we have that. I will use it. I want to grow this channel a little bit more efficient. It probably makes no sense to live stream an hour of getting used for this, right? Reading the freaking documentation. I had a previous video, so basically you use a similar to Vagrant or other such capture suits, RR record your application with arguments, and then RR replay that. And my hope would be, like, it is totally amazing that the recurring theme, release early, release often, and now they did. And hopefully, because previously I tried this on Rise and didn't work the most amazing for me, I hope it hopefully after a year works better. Actually, I should have read over the changes. This release includes many bug fixes, improvements, system call coverage, incremental performance improvements. In particular, performance is improved for applications with thousands of threads, partly via new weight manager. A lot rare intermittent bugs have been fixed, partly due to significant rework of how unexpected task exits are handled. Requires Linux kernel version bumped to 4.7 because of weight ID to support __ or whatever. This requires CMake version, has bumped to 3.5. New infrastructure for building and testing RR releases in Amazon's EC2 instances has been constructed. So apparently they say they should make it easier and more frequent and more reliable RR releases, which would be amazing because I really love. We already had a snapshot because it was not even building right. 1 year later, I believe glibc or whatever changes, or GCC, yeah, release early, release often, and even distributions like T2 and other of the 2032 Linux distributions had to ship a interim version already anyway. So release early, release often would be amazing if the new infrastructure for cloud instance testing would further improve that. That's it for this video. As usual, if I manage to make some significant discoveries with RR or have other how-tos, I will make a dedicated video. I hope you enjoyed to learn something. Have a good day and night, and I hope to see you soon for all the next fun and open source stuff to come.